So Jay-Z has found himself roped into the Diddy drama as he has been accused of assaulting a then teenager in the year 2000 out in New York City. Now, as allegations go, Jane Doe, because they haven't identified her, says that she was dropped off outside of the MTV Awards, went around trying to find a way in, and then after the awards party, ended up somehow meeting up with, I guess at the time, Jay-Z and Diddy's driver, ended up being taken to the house. She was made to sign an NDA, which doesn't make any sense to me, because I don't know that any NDA is enforceable upon a 13-year-old, and I don't know that any 13-year-old could legally even sign an NDA. And I'm pretty sure that even though it was in the year 2000 and things were a lot looser, that a parent or legal guardian would have had to been there to sign that NDA. And secondly, more importantly, I don't know of any parent that will just let their 13-year-old daughter wander around trying to get into an award show or an after party like that with all these celebrity adults that were apparently doing, illicit substances. But then she gets into the party, she gets a drink, the drink is spiked, so she goes and I guess goes to sleep it off or lays down in a nearby room. It was then later on that allegedly Combs and Carter came into the room with Diddy saying, "You're ready to party." Now, apparently, allegedly, it was the two of them, Jay-Z and Diddy, and then there was a third female celebrity who hasn't been named, who was just watching on. Now, I guess they both assaulted her, but at some point, she fought back and grabbed her clothes and got away and called her father. Now, Tony Busby, the attorney, has had suit filed against him by Jay-Z because Jay-Z is saying that Tony Busby is engaged in some unprofessional practices and that he has a long history of doing things like this. And things like this, what I mean by things like this is, I guess he's saying that they're just trying to get a check out of him. And it says that Jane Doe is coming after Jay-Z for unspecified damages. And apparently there was a letter that was sent before the lawsuit got refiled, and I'm guessing it was pay up or else. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. But then Jay-Z put out a response. Carter called the allegations idiotic in a lengthy statement Sunday evening and alleged that Busby was engaged in unprofessional behavior. "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whoever commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case." And after I read that part of his statement, I went and I looked up what the statute of limitations were for sexual assault in New York. And it turns out for both civil and criminal charges or complaints, the statute of limitations is 20 years. Now, I don't know if it's because this is a special case or if it's RICO, whatever, but maybe he was saying that because he knew the statute of limitations had already run out. I don't know. I'm not saying anyone's guilty or innocent. Legal representatives for Combs called the suits shameless publicity stunts designed to extract payments from celebrities who fear having lies spread about them, just as lies have been spread about Mr. Combs. As his legal team has said before, Mr. Combs has full confidence in the facts and the integrity of the judicial process. In court, the truth will prevail that Mr. Combs never sexually assaulted or trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor. Another interesting tidbit of information: a spokesperson for the U.S. Attorney's Office out there in the Southern District of New York has declined to comment on whether or not they're even going to pursue any sort of legal action against Jay-Z. So I don't know if that means that the civil suit's going to fall flat on its face. I don't know what that means, but it's very, very early, so we're just going to have to see. But I also read in another article from CNN, which I guess had a little more detail because it's more recent, that Jay-Z has demanded that the Jane Doe be identified, and I believe it was bring herself out into the light, because it is unfair that he has to face the allegations in the light while she can accuse him from the dark. And in another part of Jay-Z's statement, he said, "You have made a terrible error in judgment, thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. I find that funny because I guess one of your closest friends, Diddy, is being held in jail and currently being denied bond for violating, these codes of honor. And then to end it all, like this last part of the statement for me sounds like the whole thing was just created by ChatGPT. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids would be laughable. And that last part, it actually says physics. I'm not sure if they meant psychics, but it was spelled physics, so that's how I read it. But this isn't the first time that Jay-Z has come under fire. I mean, his family has had drama surrounding them for a while now, especially with all this stuff about Beyonce and how everybody has to thank her, and I guess somehow she's some kind of big figure. I don't know what that's about. But like I said, this is very early in the lawsuit, and the actual trial doesn't start until May 5th. So we're going to see what happens. But once again, random guy on the internet, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.